Welcome to the Ben Breakfast Show. If you're just joining me, you've missed a lot. We had a wonderful guest, Bimbi. He just left. How can you miss Bimbi and you missed his song? Oh my God. Anyway, we have more wonderful guests for you today. We've done the paper review. You've missed that too. But more interesting show for you. And today, again, I have another wonderful guest. Before I introduce my guest, Winter is here, but I can remember I was telling my son, I'm like, oh, it's winter. I'm like, Mom, it's not winter yet. I'm like, what do you mean it's not winter? Winter starts on the 21st of December. Is that true? And I Googled it and I'm like, okay, so autumn leaves are still falling. I just feel when the time changes is winter because it's getting cold, but today was a bit okay. At least we have a bit of sunshine. And when winter comes, we know winter comes with a lot of things. Winter comes with cold, comes with flu. Almighty flu. That's why you start saying all the stores doing like 3 for 2 on vitamin C, on this and on that. So we have a wonderful guest in the studio today. She is a nurse and she specializes in critical care. And we'll be talking about the flu vaccination. Isn't that wonderful? Welcome, Maomi Awotedo. Thank you for joining me on today's breakfast show.
Thank you.
So, Maomi, before we came live, we were chatting about flu vaccination.
Yes.
But before we go into flu vaccination, because I have my own reservations, but let's talk about why flu vaccination is important. What is the aim of the vaccination program?
So the aim of flu vaccination is to offer protection against the effects of flu, especially during the flu season.
Okay.
So as we all know, during winter, we have more incidences of flu because the virus tend to be they tend to grow more during that period. Yeah. And a lot of people are more susceptible to contracting the infection. Yeah, yeah. So getting a vaccination would help to protect against the effects of the flu during that season. Yeah.
And already, they've even given kids, I think the first day of resumption, they gave them like obviously this NHS form to fill for flu vaccination, and a lot of people consent to it.
Yes.
And some people don't even consent to it, and you're wondering, how come you don't want to consent to it? What is the vaccination for? Is it just because it's a bit dicey? You find out some people will take the flu vaccination and they will say after then, they started having flu. I'm one of them.
Okay.
I've taken it before and I just realized that my nose ran all through that winter. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm just talking for myself.
Yes.
So, and I'm thinking, did it just go left on me? Maybe I shouldn't have taken them.
No.
So explain the flu vaccination.
So there are different reasons for that.
Okay.
First, when you have a flu vaccine, it gives you coverage for about 70%.
Okay.
As with everything, there's nothing that is 100% sure. So it gives you coverage for about 70%. Yeah. That's one. Yeah. Two, when you have the flu vaccine, it's an inactivated form of the virus itself. Yeah. So you may have very mild symptoms of flu, but it won't be as bad as if you had the flu itself. Yes. Yeah? The third part of it is there are different strains of flu every year, and the World Health Organization, they carry out an epidemiology research to find out the kind of flu that would be on during the winter period. Yes. Okay, so they develop vaccines against those particular set of flu viruses that have been studied. Yeah. Now, for people who still end up having the flu after the vaccination, it may either mean the flu vaccine they had did not cover them as much or it may mean that they have another type of flu which is not covered in that vaccination.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So those are the three main reasons why a person may still have a flu after having the vaccination.
Okay, so they always say that pregnant women should have a vaccination.
Yes.
And, you know, a lot of people are skeptical, especially if, obviously, I've been pregnant before, and you're thinking, when you're pregnant, you shy away from, you know, getting things because you just don't want anything to happen to the baby. And maybe kids, especially under 3. Yeah. So can you tell us why it's very important for pregnant women, especially pregnant women that shy away from flu vaccination, to take it, and also for children under 3?
Okay, so first for pregnant women. Yeah. The pregnant women's immune system is naturally weakened during pregnancy. That's one. Yeah. And even I mean, there are other vaccinations pregnant women have during their pregnancy.
Yeah.
And that is just to provide protection to them and also to their babies.
Yeah.
So now having the flu vaccine would help to support the immune system against the effects of flu. 1. 2, it provides passive immunity to the unborn child.
Yeah.
And also, studies have shown that women who got the vaccination had lesser incidences of a preterm delivery of low birth weight children.
Really?
Yes, and they also have lesser complications like sepsis or meningitis and all of that. Yeah, so that's for the pregnant women. As for the children, children are more susceptible to having flu. 1, because of the immune system, surely. 2, because they are super spreaders, so they're everywhere.
Pick things from the floor.
Yes.
True. Very true.
And also, they are in contact with almost everyone. They're in contact with people in school. They're in contact with grandparents who are already vulnerable because of their own immune system.
Yeah.
And so, it's just better to have them covered also during this season.
You know, people really I think people really underestimate what flu is. Just like flu is just cold, it's just I'll use vitamins, like I said, honey and lemon and ginger. Have you been there? And maybe paracetamol.
Yeah.
But do you want to explain how dangerous flu can be? Like, what are the long-term health conditions we can face having flu or not taking the vaccination?
Okay.
Maybe they need to know.
Yeah. So flu is different from common cold, even though they're both caused by viruses. But with flu, it leads to more, it can cause more serious complications than the common cold. They have the same symptoms of sore throat, headache, aching muscles, fatigue, the common cold and catarrh. But with flu, with the normal immune system or with a healthy immune system, the person would be able to overcome it in about 2 to 7 days.
Okay.
But with someone who is already vulnerable, a person with other disease conditions that has already weakened the immune system, it tends to lead to hospitalization, to disabilities, and even deaths. Yes. So I work in a critical care setting, and I get to see the end impacts of this thing. And most of these people, unfortunately, tend to need life support. So we put them on life support machines, and they end up being in the hospital for a long time. And apart from the respiratory condition which has brought them in, they end up having other things before they go. That is if they make it out of the hospital, unfortunately. Yeah. So
is that serious?
It is that serious with flu.
So mere vitamins might not do.
Mere vitamins would help to support the immune system also, but it is not enough. It is not sufficient to help the immune system to fight against flu specifically. Yes.
Wow. So now, can you tell me how important this campaign is to the Afro-Caribbean community?
Yes.
So smiling now.
So among the Black community, that's the Africans and the Afro-Caribbeans, studies have shown we have higher incidences of births in the UK. Yeah.
Really?
And that's relating to the pregnant mothers.
Okay.
Also, we have higher incidences of smokers, of people with chronic heart diseases. Yes. Wow. Chronic heart diseases, hypertension, stroke. We have higher incidences of people with type 2 diabetes. Which also leads to kidney and liver failure. So all of these things makes
makes it really important for an Afro-Caribbean to actually get a flu vaccination.
Yes. So some people argue with me that having a healthy lifestyle or eating healthy meals would help support the immune system. I do agree to that.
Yeah.
This is all about prevention.
Yeah.
And everything works in hand. Okay. So we want you to eat a good diet, have your fruits, have your vitamins, practice hand hygiene as much as possible.
Wash your hands every time.
Also have your flu vaccine because that is specific. It is specific to providing protection against the effect of flu.
Okay, so can you tell me the importance of, because I used to use nasal spray for my kids and it used to help. By now, there was one time they said you have to use saline sprays for, like, I think babies and young people. I think it's salt, you know?
Saline spray is
saline nasal spray.
Yeah, that's just to help when there's nasal
blocked
congestion.
Nose?
Yes.
Oh, okay,
yes.
okay.
So the nasal
spray
is just an easier and quicker, painless
vaccination.
So for adults,
they still have to get pricked.
They have to get the injection.
Okay.
For children aged 2 to 9, they have to get the nasal spray.
Yeah.
It's painless and it's quick.
Yeah.
The only thing is for people who have had a previous reaction to egg, normal eggs. Yes, you would have to speak with the GP and all of that, and they'll be able to give an injection. Otherwise, it's just better for children because it's more effective for them.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, I need to emphasize the fact that vaccines are free. I mean, the flu vaccine
is free
for a particular set of
people.
Well, people, and it covers a broad range.
So, who is it not free for?
No, let's talk about the free people. So it's free for people aged 65 and older.
Oh, okay.
Yeah? It's free for children aged 2 to 9.
Okay.
It's free for people who are main carers of vulnerable adults.
Okay.
It's free for people with chronic disease conditions like a neurological condition like stroke, a previous stroke, people with learning disabilities, people with cerebral palsy, people who've had a chronic heart condition diagnosed, people with congenital heart diseases.
Wow.
It covers a whole lot of categories. People with kidney diseases, liver diseases, diabetes, everything. All of these people have a reduced immune system that can help them to effectively fight against this. So the NHS has provided this free for them. And it's all for them to just get out there and get it. The vaccine.
And how about the people, obviously, because I don't fall into that category. And I need to get it.
18 to 64.
I'm below 18.
So 18 to 64, you don't fall under this category.
You need to.
For the sake of your family. No, seriously. So you will be in contact with your colleagues, you'll be in contact with your children, you'll be in contact with older adults who are already vulnerable. At least for their sake, have the vaccination.
And how can they get the vaccination? Just going to your GP?
Just go to meet your GP or your practice nurse or whoever, and pharmacies, and just let them know, and
you like the flu vaccination.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you have to take vaccination every year?
Yes. So, like I said before, the flu strains are different every year, and then from studies that would have been done earlier in the year, vaccines are provided against those particular set of flu viruses.
Okay.
So, whatever flu strain was last year may be different from the one this year.
Okay.
So that would be a reason to get another one every year.
Okay.
Another thing is each vaccination would only last for about 6 months to a year. So
you need to
always top up.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So how can we get more information, because there is a lot of information that we need to suck in, and I'm just thinking, I didn't even know it was this, because I just think it was flu. I was one of those people that it was flu. It's just flu. Can you even please tell us what flu is before we know where we can get the information from? Can you just tell us what flu is?
So flu is a highly infectious viral disease or infection. It's mainly an infection, and these viruses are spread from an infected person who's through their what's that called now? Droplets.
Okay.
Yeah. So when this person sneezes or coughs or their saliva drops anywhere, a person would easily contract it.
Yeah.
So apart from the effects, the very bad effects it has on the body, because it is easily spread. that's why we're really pushing for
for
people to get their vaccination.
Okay.
Yeah. So
how can we get more information?
More information will be gotten from nhs.fluvaccine.org. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So more information will be gotten from fluvaccine.org. Please get your flu vaccination. I've been transformed. I was not a fan of flu vaccination. I don't like to be pricked on anything, but I just have to, obviously, just to save the environment, save everyone. You know, we touch the train every time we touch. You'll be amazed at what we touch. And some people would just go straight, nah, don't do that. Please, even if there's no water around you, try, and I go around with antibacterial wipes or the Little Carex antibacterial. You need it. Please, every time, make sure your hands are wiped. And let's be flu-free. Yeah. So more information on nhs.fluvaccine.org. Thank you so much, Mommy, for joining us on today's show. So we hope to see you again if you need to, because when we get into winter, I think they need to hear this more again. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
So thank you for joining me. So far, like I said, we need to get more guests. Please don't go anywhere. You can go and get Honey and Ginger. It's okay, right? Yes. Go and get that for now, and we'll be right back. We're watching the Ben Breakfast Show.